Hello and good morning or afternoon to you. I'm Jovhannah, founder of the Spiritual Love Sanctuary, also known as the Spiritual Love Healer. And this is Saturday in the Sanctuary. So there's a couple things that I wanted to kind of talk about today. I want to talk about the power in self-reflection and do kind of like a reading as well. So July for me, and for a lot of people, is a very emotional month. And I know for me personally, there was just a lot of deep seated emotions that were kind of just rising up. And so I spent a lot of time kind of in mourning and grieving throughout the month of July, and just being very mindful and paying attention to where these feelings were coming from, really looking at the things that I'm, believing, examining my habits, and just kind of seeing where I am and if everything is in alignment with who I am becoming. And a lot of people don't have that skill of self-awareness or self-reflection. And it's very important, because when we cannot look at ourselves objectively and keep it 100 with ourselves and say, be honest with ourselves about where we are, then that's when we're not able to, make changes that we might need to make in our lives, or understand how we get into certain situations and things like that. So self-reflection is a very powerful thing. And for me, I've been always had like a diary or a journal my entire life. So I think that has, was helpful to me to kind of gain that awareness. But also having dealt with mental health issues, that really taught me the power of being mindful of my emotions and understanding how I am in control of what I think, feel, do, know, and all of that stuff. And a lot of times we give our power away to other people, whether it's our parents, our partners, other people around us. We give away our power because we think they made us feel this way and they did this to me. And so we're always pointing the finger outward instead of like reflecting inward and examining how we are playing a role in the stuff or mess or whatever it is in our lives. And a lot of people, when we talk about astrology, one of my teachers always reminds me that we are at the center of our universe. So whether or not you believe in astrology or anything like that, when you remember that in your life, you are the star player, the MVP, it's all about you. Everything in your life centers around you, because you are the sun. And when you start to remember that, you can start to call your power and your energy back into you and realize that you have the power to change the things that are happening around you. And the things that maybe you can't change, then you have the power to say, I no longer want this in my universe. Like, this doesn't need to be here. I don't want to pull these experiences to me anymore. And you can decide to release them and let them go. So I wanted to share my lovely Law of Attraction planner. This is one of my favorite planners. If you don't know, I am a planner junkie. I am always looking for like the best planner, the prettiest planner. I love planners, journals, stationery pens, all of that good stuff. But I found that, I've tried a lot of different planners. The Franklin Covey planner was the one that I used for a while. The Desire Map planner, I like that one too. But for some reason, I really, really love this planner. I like daily planners. This one is a weekly one. But what I love is that it has these built-in reflections. And that's why I wasn't on here at 9 o'clock this morning, because I was starting to fill this out. And as I go through my reflection, I also look through my journal. I look back through conversations that I've had with people. I reflect on like overall how I've felt for the month, to really get an idea of where I'm at in life, period. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And I have like a morning journal and evening journal ritual that I kind of have not been doing as much as I need to. And it really helps me to like bring in my day with positivity and ends my day with purpose in a sense. So Another reflective tool that I use, I have a business journal. You can do this with any type of thing. It could be a relationship journal, success journal, parenting journal, whatever. But I use it specifically for business because it helps me to manage. I do work as a social media manager, and then I have my, the Spiritual Love Sanctuary, where I work with clients and create courses and do readings and all sorts of other amazing things. And sometimes I feel like I'm not doing anything or making progress on my business because my social media management sometimes takes precedent and I have more work to do. So I focus on that, and then I feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything. So each day I just go in and document, just little notes, little bullet notes of what I accomplished for myself in my business. And that really helps because on days when I feel like I haven't done anything, I can go back and look at the month and I'm like, okay, I'm making progress here. So one of the things that I'm super proud about is I started doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs over on YouTube. I'm probably going to upload the videos here too. And I had this nudge, like, go ahead and do the videos. And I was like, no, I thought it was going to be too time consuming, too stressful, too overwhelming. But I kept getting the message and the nudge to do it. And then finally one of my clients was like, where are the videos at? And so then I finally started doing them, and it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. So it's definitely something that is doable, and I'm going to continue doing those. But that's just an example of how I could chart the progress. So one day I was able to do like 3 or 4 videos. So I would document that and then just continue the process. And then voila, project is complete. So I'm really excited and proud about that. I think I'm going to do 4 other videos, maybe another one on healing relationships, because that has been coming up a lot. People wanting to know, about their ex or a current relationship that might not be, that might be on the rocks or something like that. So I'm considering doing was that already in my readings? Hang on, let me see. It might have been in there. I thought the heart healing reading was in there. But either way, I just want to be able to provide some sort of spiritual guidance and support for people. So if you don't spend time doing self-reflection, it is definitely has been key to my own personal healing and growth. It's not always like a comfortable thing, because sometimes it realized like I got to check myself, like, wow, I wasn't acting the way that I wanted to act, and I allowed myself to get out of alignment with my true nature. But without it, I know that I would not be who I am today or where I am today. So it's very important that we stay in that area. And it even helps to, with parenting, you can reflect on how are you showing up as a parent. And that will help you to, again, make changes so that you feel good and that you're being the parent that you want to be. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. So since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do the weekly spiritual love reading, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to kind of see, are these sorted? Yeah, they are. I'm just going to do a bit of a different reading for some spiritual guidance. I don't know what this reading will be, but let's just see what comes up for the week ahead. August. We're in August. How amazingly exciting is that? Oh, that's so beautiful. My daughter, I guess, has changed my affirmation calendar. It's like the Louise Hay calendar that has these very beautiful statements and mantras on there. Ooh, I'm going to keep these cards. Yeah. Okay, so it says, I know that every obstacle is just a stepping stone. My good cannot be stopped. And I think that's a very beautiful and powerful message. Because when we look at, and it's so funny because as I looked at these cards, that's exactly what came up. So I'm going to read into those in just a minute. But kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about self-reflection, when you have that self-awareness and you're able to step back and look at yourself and your life objectively, then you can start to see if there are roadblocks or obstacles. You can find a healthier way of looking at them. It's easier to problem solve and to move through challenges versus when you're not really paying attention and you're disconnected from yourself and you're just kind of going through life like whatever. So just know that you have to be tuned into yourself. You have to put yourself at the center of your world, at the center of your universe, because you truly are the god or goddess of your life. And if you're a mother, then you're also the head of your family, and you have to be in that divine energy to really show up and shine and care for the little souls that are attached to you. So let us see. So I am in my Chakra Wisdom Oracle. This deck has been looking at me for a while. So there's a lot happening in the heart space, which is very interesting, because I was just saying that I needed to do something around healing, because I know for me, like, July was a very intense month. It almost felt like I was in a state of like mourning or grieving. And sometimes we can do that when it's time to go to another level in life, or to let go of old habits, people, situations, thought patterns. We can kind of cling to those things, right? Like all of a sudden when you decide, I'm no longer, I'm going to stop eating sweets so that, I can be healthier. Then all of a sudden your sugar tooth kicks in and you're just like, I need all the cookies and the cupcakes and the candies. And you're like, why is this a thing? Because you just declared, I'm going to give these things up. And so now your brain is like, no, but we need them. We like them. So it's like you're almost at war with yourself when you're trying to grow. And again, having self-awareness, you can realize that. And then like, okay, yes, I feel that sugar craving, and I'm speaking from real life experience. So instead of grabbing something sweet, then, make a cup of fennel tea, which fennel is, helps to curb sweet tooth. So make a cup of tea instead, and voila, problem solved, right? Okay, so I want to look at these cards. These just kind of fell out. And so we've got victim, trickery, and impasse. And these are green, which represents our heart chakra, and then impasse is a sacral chakra energy, which is where in the seat of our sacral chakra, our emotions, our intuition, that's our gut reaction. And this can feel blocked when your heart is wounded and you're feeling defeated and you think that you're in this victim energy, but you're actually not. And I love that this card shows the same thing. So someone came into your life and maybe they devalued you. They made you to feel betrayed in some kind of way. They, came in and took something from you that was of value, and it made you feel weak. You felt like a victim. But the thing is that you're not. It's just, your mental state, and really shifting that mental state. No one can take anything from you because you have everything that you need within you. And I love that this is an acorn, right? We know that within, we plant an acorn, a tree will grow. So that means within this seed is a tree. There's life existing here. Everything that the acorn needs to grow into the big, beautiful acorn tree is within it. So nothing was lost. And even if you gave of yourself to someone and they deceived you because they didn't give back, or they, misused you or treated you badly in some kind of way, it's never love lost. And that's one of the things that I always explain to people, when a relationship ends or something like that, love is not lost. And I know it does not feel good to have it not returned, but the beautiful thing is that you put love out into the world, and that love will return to you. It just may not return in the form that you were expecting it to be in, or from that person that you invested your love into. So when you get to this place of impasse where you're unsure, you don't know which direction to go, but you know that there is a push or a change needed, then it's time to start growing. And that's what we have here, which is a very beautiful energy, the growth card, which is you're taking on those, what I like to call those love lessons, and you're transmuting that pain that negativity, that trauma, into what I like to call spiritual love. And when we learn from these experiences, it makes us stronger, it makes us wiser, it makes us more aware. So when you move into another season, a different situation, you know how you're going to act this time. You're not going to, be in the state where you are putting out the energy of feeling like, you're a victim or that you're wounded. You'll be able to go in a place of strength because you've grown from your past challenges. And so the goddess message that we have here is Erakura, which is all about blossoming. And I feel like for a lot of us, like, you're going into a space where your healing has happened, you've gone through the healing process, or you're going through the healing process and you're getting ready to bloom. The lessons that you've learned, the challenges that you face, all of the stuff, the dirt that was thrown on top of you, all of that was nutrients. It was the things that you needed in order to grow and to develop and to blossom into a different and new you. And it's so beautiful because ISIL also came out, and that kind of spoke to what I was saying about the love doesn't leave, because it's eternal. Love is energy, and we know that energy cannot be destroyed, right? It just transforms, it's transmuted into something else. So it's very important to go into this month knowing who you are, releasing, this energy of feeling victimized, this energy of feeling defeated, and really like reclaiming your power, making the decision. You have to choose though. You have to choose to grow. And I feel like you might be in a state where you're trying to figure out, do I try this again? Do I give this another chance? Or do I just move forward? And the key is to look for growth. Look for growth. If there is growth there, then that is the path that you want to take. And the thing to know is that all paths can lead to growth. It's just a matter of, do you need to learn more lessons in order to grow, or do you have the lesson? And I'm going to wrap this up, but it's all about do you want to go down the path that's going to continue to teach you the lesson, or have you integrated the lesson and now you're using that wisdom to carry you forward? So that is the key, is all about growth. Which way do you want to grow? Do you want to grow from the knowledge already gained, or do you need to go back to school to learn the lesson again? So I hope that this has inspired you in some way to self-reflect, to show yourself some love, some grace. Get out of this energy. Be mindful of the people who are around you. Make sure that you are receiving as well as giving. And what I see here, like with the dragon, like he has this one giant acorn, but the little squirrel has this basket full of acorns. So really, it's not the dragon that's doing the trickery. It's the squirrel who's not recognizing the value that they already have. And that makes them think, well, the dragon took this from me, so now I have nothing. They have what I need, when you have everything that you need. So don't ever forget that. Always remember that. And I love you, and I hope that you have a very beautiful, beautiful day. Peace.